It's another Pistons game day, and we are live in the Woodward Sports Studio. My name is Stick. I got my buddy Joey with me. Hi, Joey.
Hey, it's another great Pistons pregame show today.
That's right. And Adam is on producer Cam and producer Mike today. Hi, Adam. How you doing?
What's up, guys?
What's up, man? So the Pistons, they're no longer defeated. They are one-win Pistons team. They're 1-4 after New Year's Day game against the Celtics, who they're playing again today.
So we're going to get rid of those 4 losses that we started the season because all we care about is 2021. So we're undefeated, 1-0 in 2021, and it's off to a great start to the year.
I love how you put that on our social media, at Woodward Sports. Joey tweeted out right after the win, undefeated in 2021, and that's exactly what the Pistons are. And we're hoping we can keep that rolling today, right? At 3 o'clock tip-off time?
Yes, we are going to, because I just feel so confident seeing the way that we played, and it's the doubleheader now. So we're playing the same team again today.
Right.
That we whooped their ass on Friday night.
The final score was 96-93. Not sure if it was an ass
Whoop their
whooping.
ass.
At some points in the game, though, the Pistons were up by 12 points. Then the Celtics got back in the game. But the Pistons were able to do what they haven't been able to do all season long last game, and that was close the game. And they did it in spectacular fashion.
8-0 run to end the game, and that's exactly what you need to get a victory, because we've talked about it time and time after, what's that phrase? Time and time again?
Time and time again.
Time and time again, that we have not seen that. We play so well the entire game, and then last minute,
right,
they just go on a run. And, you know, the Celtics are a great team. They're probably one of the better teams that we've played this season, and we got to close on them, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, the Pistons, I mean, we've talked about it. They're a young team, so these are the growing pains that they're going to go through. They have to learn how to win, and I think losing a big lead, coming back and retaking the game, that is a big moment for all the rookies and all the younger players on the team.
Yeah, and that's what it really is like, you go through this because, I mean, even look at Killian Hayes. Like, this is his first time playing ball in America, so there's a lot of just development that the team's facing, and that's what I'm excited to see.
Yeah, so the Pistons are playing the Celtics today at 3 o'clock at LCA. Hopefully it's a repeat of last game, or hopefully they get out to that big lead and don't let the Celtics back in. Obviously, Jeremy Grant had a big game last time. He was starting in that 4 slot, which is interesting because he's traditionally a 3.
This question is really going to just start something.
Uh-oh.
But I truly think this is a yes. Do the Pistons play better without Blake Griffin?
They play different without Blake Griffin, that's for sure. They're more athletic, which is weird to say without Blake Griffin, just because it's crazy to say 31 years old is an old man, but even Blake said he's been looking at some of the birth dates on the rosters of some of these rookies, and some of them were born in 2001, and Blake's saying he feels ancient right now on this team.
Our average age, I think, is 24 years old right now on our team.
That's crazy.
24 years old, that's a young basketball team.
So the future is bright for this young Pistons team, and we get another look at them today. Obviously, some big major matchups are happening today. Last game we focused on Jeremy Grant and Jason Tatum. Today we kind of want to focus on Jaylen Brown and Saddiq Bey. The rookies are getting a lot of run. Saddiq Bey shocked everybody last game, right?
Yes.
I loved it. He had 5 of 8 from three-point land, 17 points, and 7 rebounds.
You know what I love is that he got to get his first, like his second start of the season. So it's like, when you give him that start, especially as a rookie, it's something else like different about the way that you play and perform with the confidence level.
Yeah, it gets your swag going, man. And then you got Isaiah Stewart, who is becoming pretty much a fan favorite. Yeah. And this is what you do if you want to become a fan favorite in Detroit. You get on the glass, you get in the paint, you bully people around, you take the ball. I mean, he's been quoted as saying, look, I'm practicing under Ben Wallace and I'm practicing under Dennis Rodman. I got some names to live up to in a Piston uniform. And 5 games in, he's living up to those names.
And the best was they asked him post-game actually on Friday about that. And they're like, do you know about Ben Wallace and Dennis Rodman? And he replied and he said, I see their names in the rafters every single day.
Yep.
And that's just the respect you give them. And just to be talked about the way that he is and the way that he's performing to those 2 names. Like, that just shows. It's just crazy to me that he's at that level already when he's just only a few games in.
And what I love about that is those are two like iconic Pistons, and only the Pistons have those type of guys. Like, you go around the league, everybody's like glorifying their finesse players, their scorers. Here in Detroit, we love our defense and our rebounders. That's why Dennis Rodman is such a legend here. That's why Ben Wallace. And those are the types of guys you build championship teams around. And that's where I like the way the Pistons are going. We had those tough-minded defensive players who could get the rebounds, and we also had a killer point guard. Like, that's been the recipe for success for Detroit for all of their championships, essentially. And now we got the point guard in Killian Hayes. He just needs to develop. Stewart needs to keep being a just absolute monster, and I like where we're heading right now.
The biggest thing, too, that I love about Isaiah Stewart is so many people commenting on social media, like post-game, I see the Detroit in him.
Yes.
And that really, it's just so true. When you see the Detroit in somebody, what that means is they're out there grinding. They're out there hustling.
Yep.
He's boxing out the most offensive rebounds in the season. It's like the dude is just a freaking beast, and I love to see it.
Yeah, and you know we've seen it throughout the history of Detroit players that become fan favorites. Like, I don't know if you remember when John Barry was coming in and diving into the stands and going nuts. And those are just the types of players that endure Detroit fans. The Junkyard Dog. Remember when JYD was here doing his thing? Like, those are the types of guys I love to watch play because it doesn't matter the score. They're giving their all.
Yeah.
So as long as they can give their all, I'm all in.
And they were talking about his rebounding after the game, and he said my favorite thing in the world. He said, it's just wanting it more than the next guy. That's who I am.
Thank you.
When he said that's who I am, that's when I knew. I was like, this guy is us, and I can't wait to see him grow with our organization.
Well, we've talked about it in a couple of other Pistons pregames is, you know, defense and rebounding is only that. It's effort and want. That's it. Like, there's a reason why undersized Dennis Rodman was able to get more rebounds than 7-footers in the league. It was because of desire, and he viewed that ball as so valuable, and my ball is my ball. And that's
Joey, during the Pistons draft party that we hosted.
Yeah.
When Isaiah Stewart was taken, we all just sat down and chatted like, what do you see in his future? And Stick and I brought up probably a Ben Wallace, most likely. He's not going to score often,
right?
But he's going to set the tone. He's going to hustle on the boards. That's all you want.
And that's what he's doing, and I love it. I would take 12 guys just like that. Limited skill, all effort.
And that's what's going to win games.
Right.
So, I mean, if you have that, that's what I saw on Friday was the team effort on all ends of the ball, both sides of the court. We had that effort, and that's why we ended up winning. And that's why we end the game with that 8-0 run to win the game.
So last game we focused on Jason Tatum, and we focused on Jeremy Grant. Today I want to focus on Jaylen Brown for the Celtics, and another rookie that we kind of already touched on, Saddiq Bey.
Yeah.
Which is awesome to me that we have 3 rookies that we can focus on this season. They're all first-round draft picks. But this is the matchup I really wanted to go to because Jaylen Brown, he had his 7-0 run to start the 4th last game, and that's what kind of got the Celtics back into the game. We obviously need to limit him, even though he's the leading scorer on the Celtics with 27.5 points a game.
Sheesh.
Tough to limit the guy, but we got to in this game because he's pretty much, to me, the only reason they were able to make it into the last game.
Yeah, and another stat that I saw with him is he had 9 boards, and we cannot let that happen again.
Right.
We got to box him out because we know he's going to score. We can't stop that because he's such a good shooter, and he's just got a great game, but we got to limit the boards that he gets tonight.
And that's where Saddiq Bey comes into play. He's getting his, I believe, 2nd start of the season today.
Yep.
Third. Oh, okay. 3rd start of the season today. And he just needs to D up. He really does, and continue his hot shooting from outside. D up.
D up.
Hashtag D up for the Pistons. If you're watching this right now on Twitter or whatever, make sure you hit us with the hashtag D up.
Because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
If that's your motto, just to D up, that's how you're going to win. Defense wins. Well, I'm not going to say championships yet because I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but it wins games, so we got to D up.
And that's something all the Pistons players were pointing to. Even though they haven't been winning the game, their defense has been decent, and that's something they hung their hat on in the preseason, and it's kind of carried over into the regular season so far. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to seeing Saddiq Bey play today. Those are the 3 rookies, obviously. We got Killian Hayes, Isaiah Stewart, and Saddiq Bey. If all three of them have big games, I'm going to be so happy today. I'm going to be flipping back and forth, watching the Lions, and then I'm going to go back and watch the Pistons. It's going to be a fun day.
How long is it until Saddiq Bey is our starting two going forward for the rest of the season?
Ooh, man. I don't know.
He's the best two guard on the roster.
Josh Jackson's doing well.
Yeah, I like
Jackson. He got his start the other day and had 17
off the bench.
points.
I don't like him as a starter.
You don't like
Saddiq
him?
Bey's been balling, man.
You're going to have to take that up with Corey because Corey
He
loves
loves
himself some Josh Jackson.
Loves him.
I don't know, man, and that goes into what Dwayne Casey's plan is this season. And we've seen it a little bit with Killian, like teasing him a bit in the first quarter, but not giving him so much run in the fourth, starting him right away, having Derrick Rose come off the bench. I don't know what's in Casey's head on how he wants to use these guys. I'm just believing in him that he's going to grow these guys the right way.
And I mean, both of them did start. On Friday, both of them did start, Josh Jackson and Saddiq Bey, but that's because Blake was out.
Right.
So is Blake come off the court moving forward, off the bench?
I don't know, man. I mean, the Pistons have a lot of things to look at with Blake and D. Rose, because if D. Rose keeps playing like he is and we can get some decent value for him mid-season, trade him to a contender and get some picks back or something for our growth, I think that's the move. As much as I love D. Rose in a Piston uniform, we got to get assets.
Yeah.
We need assets.
He I saw some old D. Rose in him on Friday.
Did you?
Yeah, he looked good.
Did you see him slide across the
Yes.
I told you, man. Every game you watch D. Rose play, watch this guy go in for a layup at 100 miles an hour and then slide all the way into the stands. It's amazing how he's learned how to fall like that.
He needs the brake system. You got to figure it out.
It's like me when I try to go skiing. I can't stop, so I just fall over.
It's a little bit different, though.
Yeah, he's a professional athlete, and I suck at skiing. So,
wait, how do I stop? How do I stop?
Please, let me stop.
Look, I know we're only 4 games into the season.
5.
5 now.
Yep.
Well, this is the 5th game today.
This is 6.
Oh, actually 5. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Well, having said that, Saddiq Bey's played 4. Mm-hmm. I like what he's getting right now, 20 minutes. If he can get 20, 24 minutes a game, I'm happy. I don't want to see him under 20 again, though.
No.
Dude shooting 45% from 3. I mean, you can't keep him on the bench.
And contested threes. These aren't just wide open, Golden State three-pointers. He's hitting turnaround threes. He's hustling. He's getting rebounds. I've been impressed by our rookie class so far. More of our later picks than Killian.
Yeah, because that's the cool thing, though. That's what I'm excited about, is our other 2 rookies that we got this year are performing way beyond our expectation.
Yes, and Killian
not so far, but the thing with Killian
he'll
is
get there.
He's not hitting his shots yet. Once he starts hitting his shots, then he is going to be a threat, because we've seen that he could create the shot. You could D him up,
Killian
and he
is
can
being
create
asked to
it.
do something that's very difficult. He's playing point guard in a Dwayne Casey team. That is not easy.
And coming in as a rookie and doing it with no training camp and no chance to formulate the team and the rhythm. Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, everybody's had to deal with COVID this year, but you look at the Lakers. They had 71 games off between the championship and the start of the season. But they only interchanged 4 players.
Right.
We had a complete turnover to where only 3 players are still left on the roster from last year. So it's a brand new team. It's like just playing pickup ball at this point right now.
And that's what's fun about it, though, is especially that's what I love most about. I mean, yes, it was obviously the concussions, but with Blake being out, it really let us expose our rookies and kind of put them out on the court to learn amongst themselves.
Right.
And it resulted with a W. I mean, Saddiq Bey had 30 minutes. So, when you put him out there for 30 minutes, is only a second start of his career.
Right.
I mean, it was going to be one of 2 things. He was either going to suck or he was going to do really well. And he did really well. So that's what I love about this is, we didn't get the offseason that we wanted because the season started so quick.
Right.
But here we are. Let's see how they play, put them out on the court, and let the men be men out there.
Yeah, let's get another win, too, because I was actually really worried going into this stretch with 2 games against the Celtics, then 2 games against the Bucks, that we were going to wind up 0-8.
Yeah.
Glad we stole the first one, but now it's time to take the second one. You got to take it, Joey. Take it!
And at 3 o'clock, we taking it, because we're whooping their ass again.
Again.
We won by 3 points.
Do you want to get into everybody's 3 keys of the game?
Yes.
I got 3 keys. Joey got 3 keys. Adam, I'm sure you have 3 keys for the game. Last game, they nailed my 3 keys, so I was happy about that, and we got the W. Let's start out with you, Joey. What are your 3 keys of the game?
So my first one, it's something that I said last game, was to limit the run And we did that. We ended the game with an 8-0 run in our favor.
Right.
So the first couple losses of the season, all 4 of them, it was where we were winning, and then they would come back and they'd have a big run, and you just saw the Pistons giving up.
Yeah, you saw the youth in them, like the panic, the oh shit, we're turning the ball over, the game's not going fast enough. They went to trying to win to trying to not lose, and whenever you turn to not losing, you lose.
Exactly.
That's it. Whenever you take your aggressiveness away, you lose.
Right.
So what's your second key?
The second one I got is free throws. I want more free throws. I've been saying this all season, and we had 20 free throws. Celtics had 14 in the last game.
That's
huge. That's exactly what you want to see, and I want that again.
And that's a byproduct of crashing the boards like Isaiah Stewart was doing and causing chaos, attacking the rim. So, yeah, I think that's a huge key for today's game.
Yes. And then the last one is helping our rookies' confidence. And having them out there on the court and seeing the leadership that Derrick Rose is showing with Killian Hayes and passing it down to Sadiq Bey. I mean, there's just been a lot of just leadership coming from Blake Griffin even and Derrick Rose. So now we just got to see them confident out on the court.
Yeah, I like them as player coaches. I think that's a cool role for them. And like I said earlier, it's crazy to think that 31 is considered old for Blake Griffin. Like, he's like, I'm ancient in here. And it's like, dude, you're not ancient. But it's been a good 10 years since he's been jumping over Kias in dunk contests, too.
Yeah.
So he does have some age on him, but I like how they mentor the youth so far. It's good to have those older guys teaching the younger guys how to be professionals.
Exactly.
And that's one thing that D. Rose and Blake Griffin have been throughout their entire careers is the consummate professionals. They're not struggles in the locker room. They're not asshole guys. They give back to the community. Like, those are the guys you need to learn from.
And you look at someone like Derrick Rose. I mean, you respect D. Rose no matter what.
Right.
He might be getting older now.
League MVP, man.
Right.
If you're a league MVP, you get respect for the rest of your life.
Exactly. So for us to have that asset on the team, and he's still playing well, which is great, coming off the bench.
I just want to see him with a clipboard in one huddle doing his thing. Like, come on, guys. All right, here's the Derrick Rose play.
Throws the clipboard and runs in.
He draws the play up for himself and then goes in. That would be so fun. Adam, you got 3 keys for today's game?
I do. First one's going to be hitting the number 35. At home, we're shooting 35% from 3 this year.
Okay.
If we can do that again, I'm really confident that we can win this game.
I like that.
My second key to the game is rebounding. We can't, to Joey's point, Jaylen Brown, I know in today's NBA, guards get a lot of rebounds, but Jaylen Brown shouldn't be getting 9 rebounds.
No.
I want to see more Isaiah Stewart. I want to see his boxing out better. And my third key to the game for sure is just going to always be hustle, intensity, and punching them in the mouth. Boston is not a team.
In the face!
Not Blake style,
yes, in the face!
Yeah, I don't think Boston can handle that physicality, and that's one of the reasons we won. They were held under 100 points for only the second time this season.
Right.
They're a good team.
They are.
So to win against them, that's a big statement. I think we can do it again. We just got to keep hitting them and keep applying the pressure.
How far away do you guys think we are? Remember when Ben was here, we had the Fear the Fro thing, and everybody was wearing afros? How far away do you think we are before it's the Isaiah Stewart show and we're all out here wearing dreadlocks?
Oh, that'd be great. I mean, you said it earlier. He's a fan favorite. Like, I'm not surprised if we start doing that.
Dude, wouldn't it be awesome that LCA
It'll happen the second we can put fans back in the stadium, man.
Right.
I gotta go find a wig with some dreadlocks, and I will wear. If they win today, I will wear it next pregame. I will be sitting here wearing my Stewart dreadlocks, and that's gonna be the new thing. Like, we'll all just be whipping our hair in the stands instead of the thunder sticks. We all just have big dreadlocks, bringing them together.
Just shake your head like this every time he scores.
But I love that. Whenever you have a signature thing like that, where people can rally behind and it just becomes so communal and everybody's a part of it, like, it's awesome. Yeah. I love that when everybody, like, remember that picture of Larry Brown wearing the fake afro back in the day? That was amazing. So we need that out of Stewart. Stewart, please send us some fake dreadlocks or send us a piece of your real dreadlocks.
Cut one off for us.
Yeah, we'll hang it in the studio. It'll be our Dreadlock Hall of Fame.
That'd be great.
So my 3 keys to the game, Joey, you touched on one of them. I'll get to that. But to me, the first one is ball control. Ball control, ball control, ball control. You got to limit your turnovers, and you got to make sure that you don't let them go on the runs that they did last game. Like, if the Pistons just would have kept the pedal down the whole time, we could have won that game by like 24, 30 points.
I mean, we were up by 20 at one point.
I know, it was crazy.
But that's where having a veteran on the court matters.
Yes.
If Blake, I'm not saying that the run doesn't happen. But when you have a veteran player on the court who knows what's happening, like, oh shit, they've scored 8 straight.
Right.
We need that. You know who's really good at this? Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller always stopped this from happening.
And
you need a player on your team who can just get you a basket and calm things down.
Yep.
And that's what I think you both are hitting on right now.
Yeah, no, and that's definitely what you need, especially when you're the guys when you're the young team fighting up. Like, you need the guy that can just go, come on, guys, let's slow down. We're still good. And that's where the rookie energy gets involved. You're just like, let's go, I'm a rookie. And, like, I've made this shot before in AAU, I can make it. And it's like, nah, it's a different ball game, homie.
On the flip side, though, I mean, when we do go on these runs against us, I mean, that's got to be intimidating to such a new team. Like you said, how young we are.
Right.
Like, the other teams probably look at that as an advantage. Like, all right, well, we're going to go and keep stomping them down until they lose the game by a lot.
Well, that's what I used to love about Phil Jackson's coaching style, is he used to let his teams figure out those runs. Like, most coaches, they go on a 6-0 run. Timeout. I got to drop a play. Steve Kerr he learned from Phil Jackson. Like, you got to let your teams mentally overcome those, but you also got to be aware that, oh shit, like, now it's a 10-0 run. These guys aren't coming out of it. Let me call up a play, calm us down. That's what I used to love about Larry Brown. You knew every time he called a timeout, coming out of that timeout, we were going to at least get a good look at the bucket. I would love to go back and look at the percentages of shots we made after a Larry Brown timeout. It had to be around 75-80%. I felt
you were getting that, or somebody was getting punched in the face.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
But both of them changed the momentum on the court.
Yeah. So Larry Brown, I miss you. I love you. My second key to the game: let the rookies shine.
Yes.
Just let them shine. Give them their minutes. Give them their runs. Let them screw up. We're gonna see them screw up. I want to see it now rather than 2-3 years into their career. So let them get all their growing pains out of the way right now, all the mistakes out of the way right now. I can't think of another team in the NBA that has 3 rookies that are part of their core right now. It's literally only the Pistons.
2 of them started, and I mean, even Isaiah Stewart still seeing 18 minutes last game off the bench.
That's what I'm saying. Like, our core is rookies, and then you throw in Sekou, who could essentially be a rookie because he's only 20 years old.
Yeah.
Our core is so young. So let these guys get some run, let them get the shine, and let them get the experience so we can have a great team moving forward. And my third key of the game, which it's been pretty much every game this season, and I'm going to say it every game.
Finish the
game! Close the game! Close the game! Close the game! Like, we've been up 4 of the 5 games.
Well, you can't say that after last game, though. We finished them.
We did.
But barely. But we finished them.
But we flirted with doing what we did the first 3 games of the season. And, once again, it comes with youth. I understand this. But at the same time, close the game. Just close the game. Close the game. Put that defense up on them. Make them uncomfortable. Take the ball to the rim. Get in the bonus. Make them feel you. Don't just wait for them to come at you.
I mean, truthfully, you look at that game. I mean, yes, we ended up winning the game, but to your point, we only won the game by 3. We were up by 20.
Right.
So we got to finish them. And I don't want to see us having a 20-point lead and then essentially blow it, which we did.
Right. So that's the thing. I mean, limit the runs. Don't blow the game. We need to win this game. I would love to get to 2-4, and then we're looking real good.
Yeah.
Looking real good.
Especially sweeping the Celtics, that'd be a great feeling.
That would be a great feeling.
Because that was projected to be a sweep on the other end.
I actually love this format for the NBA, and what I wish they do is kind of take up more of a Major League Baseball format and do this more often. 3-game series at a home arena, and they're kind of like mini playoff series. I love this formula, and I wish the NBA would adopt it. Obviously, they're doing it right now because of COVID. They want teams being able to play each other consecutive games. But I would love mini 3-game series all throughout the season. Wouldn't that be so fun?
And it's less traveling for the team. So It's like they are getting their rest. Yeah, they're playing a lot more games in shorter spans, but they're getting their rest because they don't have to travel.
Well, and I think you get better matchups. You get more playoff-like matchups because you're going to have more in-game adjustments game to game. Like, Adam, do you like that idea of them going to like a Major League Baseball 3-game mini-series for the NBA?
It's interesting. I like the way it is now with the 2. I think it makes sense with travel-wise. I think it helps the players a lot. But I'm open to it. I think that's a really cool idea, actually. I'd like to see it.
I think it'd be fun because it'd be like,
it'd be difficult.
Yeah.
Teams, I mean, when you play a team once and then you move on, you forget about everything that happened that game.
Right.
If you're playing them 3 times in 5-6 days, You're basically in the playoff series. It matters.
And all the games would be better. And if you get in a fight in the first game, the second game is going to be even more heated. Or they split the series 1-1. You know that third game they're going to be going hard as hell. And I also think that would limit people resting players too, because you'd want to win the series.
I don't know.
I love it. I love it. I want it.
I think it's cool.
I mean,
Joey.
from a coach's standpoint, that's great because, like Adam just said, you're fresh. You know their players.
Right.
But I like, you just whoop their ass and then bam, you go on to another team.
Yeah.
You hit it and quit it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I like more the hit it and quit it than long-term relationship style.
I'm happy for you, Joe.
Minus in my current relationship.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope your fiance's not watching right now. I just think it would be a fun thing for the future of the NBA and a way to evolve the game and make just things more interesting, more competitive. I would love to see those in-series adjustments.
Yeah. So. It's better for scouting, though. I mean, think from a coach's standpoint.
Right.
Like, you get to learn everything. They look at it, and now they're looking at, all right, Jeremy Grant, we got to do this against him, and Isaiah Stewart, we got to do.
And then think come playoff time, they already have these adjustments from inside the season, and now you're talking like really intense series because the teams are already familiar with each other.
Yeah.
I'm going to pitch that. David Silver, we're going to do this.
Adam Silver.
David Stern, Adam Silver, same guy.
You always do that, too.
Same guy. Same guy.
I didn't even catch it.
So let's get into the predictions for the game. We got about 2.5 minutes left, so let's make them kind of quick. The Pistons are underdogs by 7.5 points. The over-under for this is 213.5. Joey, what do you got the final score being, and who do you got winning?
So, quick question. With Vegas, how do they handle this then?
What do you mean?
Like, what do they do the same prediction that they had for the last game? Or do they switch it now?
No, this is adjusted. I think last game the Pistons were 10.5 point dogs.
Okay.
So this one, they made up 3 points.
So, but they still got us losing?
Yeah.
No, come on. I'm going Pistons. That's going to be under on the points, I would say.
Okay.
And then I got Pistons at 103. And then I got 95 for the Celtics.
Oh, okay. So we're pretty close. So you got the Pistons 103, 95 Celtics. So you got the Pistons winning this game.
Yes. So the flip of their -7.5 spread.
Okay. Adam, what do you got over there?
Wow, that's a very interesting call, Joey.
I mean, Joe,
I'm gonna take the over.
Okay.
Wow. I think last game was a defensive battle. I think both teams find their rhythm this game. Having said that, I think Boston barely edges it out. 117-114 Boston.
Wow. 117-114 Boston.
Boston. Come on.
So you're going the over, and you got Boston winning. So, Joey, we actually had the Pistons.
I expect Detroit to cover, though.
Okay. I got the Pistons at 103, the same as you.
Okay.
Which was crazy.
Yeah.
But I also had the Celtics at 105.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the Pistons are going to cover, if not win. I will gladly take the win and be wrong here, but I think it's going to be a closer game than it was last game, at least throughout the entire game. And then the Celtics are going to pull out in the end, and unfortunately, but the Pistons are going to cover, so if you're a betting man, get that money in on that cover. And obviously, I got the under on this because I only have 208 points scored. So it's going to be an interesting game, though.
It's going to be.
If the Celtics had won last game, I'm sure we'd be making completely different predictions today. But here we are. The Pistons won. Hopefully, they can win again.
It's crazy, though, that the Pistons have a chance at sweeping them.
Yeah, the 2-game sweep. And they better get these wins in before the Bucks. The Bucks.
Giannis, the Greek freak.
And his super max contract coming to town. So the Pistons start at 3 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in to the Pistons pregame show on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick. I'm out of here.
I'm Joey. I'm out of here.
Adam?
My name's Adam, and I'm out of here.
All right. Go Pistons!